Lama Pichikari, Duli Dulu Lali, Shah Rukh Khan has salami, Hanippe Hills, Shamali. That wasn't good. 1993 Shah Rukh Khan film, Baazigar. I'm pretty sure this is the one with the trumpet and the Zorro. I could be wrong. Let me know if I'm correct. A young man with a vendetta against a business tycoon seduces his young daughter. Oh. Hold on. I don't know if that gives spoilers.
Yeah.
These older ones,
yeah, they can do
I don't
that.
know.
But then they all died. The end.
But I know this is one of his negative roles. Oh. So like Dar, right. I know we've done that one.
Yeah.
This one, I think there's another one where he has a negative role. But it's directed by Abbas. Say that?
Abbas Ali Bhai Burmwala.
And it's starring Shah Rukh Khan, Kajol,
yeah.
And Johnny Lever.
Hey.
We've seen him before. But anyways, so I don't know how cheesy this trailer is going to be.
I hope it is.
Sure it's not official, but we're going to do it anyway.
Good. Remember that music.
मुझ पर भरोसा रख अब वो दिन दूर नहीं जब तुम हमेशा हमेशा के लिए मेरे मुझे प्यार हो गया इल्तिमा प्यार
There it is. Give me the trumpet.
कभी कभी जीतने के लिए कुछ हारना भी पड़ता है और हार कर जीतने वाले को बाजीगर कहते हैं क्या कहते हैं बाजीगर सीमा की खुरी को पकड़ने में मेरी मदद करो कातिल जो भी हो लेकिन वो तुम्हारी हर बात की खबर रखता है ये काली काली आंखें ये गोरे गोरे गाल
There it is! Horny SRK. Wait, what?
They literally just use them.
जरूर कुछ दाल में काला है
Classic. Gotta love it.
अब तुझे कभी कोई तकलीफ नहीं होगी माँ माँ के लिए माँ इससे बढ़कर तकलीफ क्या हो सकती है जिसके गोद में उसका बेटा जख्मी पड़ा तो आई प्यार करने का अंदाज ही कुछ और है
Definitely the official trailer. You gotta love fan-made trailers.
The way he loves is different.
It's how he shows his love.
Yeah.
Hey man, I'm down to see Shah Rukh Khan playing a negative role.
I am, but I gotta be honest, because that's just the way I am. Seeing these clips really scares me.
Yeah. Well, I think it's one of those things because we're going to watch some 90s Shah Rukh Khan. You kind of have to.
Kind of have to.
But it's one of those things you have to put your mindset in. Like, and I'm not talking about Shah Rukh Khan. We've actually liked a lot of his acting. We've seen a bunch of his films.
We've seen a lot of different of his films,
too. He's a really good actor. We know the style of 90s Bollywood, especially 90s Shah Rukh Khan Bollywood.
Yes.
And so it's very over the top, very melodramatic. So that's what we're talking about. Some people confuse me when I say, like, we don't like Shah Rukh Khan. We love Shah Rukh Khan. But we know the style of the 90s Bollywood. That's more of the concern. But it's one of those things that you kind of just, this is going to happen.
Yeah.
Just expect it.
Yeah. But even for me, I mean,
it's hard.
It's hard because even when you're expecting it, you know what it's like? It's like when you go to see, like, 5-year-olds playing soccer. Better example for me would be like watching. That's actually endearing. I would say if you're going to watch any particular sport where you know the sport really, really well, and it's being played by those who aren't playing it very well, and you're not going because you're going to enjoy a game. You're going it because you're just going to root the kids on, as it were. That's how I feel when I watch those things. It's like, I know that what I'm going to watch is not going to be the way this is supposed to be done, but I can sit through it because I love the partakers of what's going on here.
Yeah, and I think this is one of his earlier stuff too, like very early on in his career. So obviously it'll be, let's see, I wonder how early on in his career. It's got to be 1993.
In the evolution of SRK,
Super early.
not the kinds that we've watched where they just give you highlights of their films, but in his evolution as a movie star and as an actor, when did he start to make a transition? Because there's none of that in My Name is Khan or Swadesh. And
I think it's after he was already an established actor.
yeah, and I'm wondering when and why. What was it that created that transformation? I'd love to know that side of the story from him.
So it looks
Because we've seen him speak. He's very articulate, very intelligent, and I would just love to know that part of his story.
Interesting. So he did like a couple. He did his first film was apparently Diwana in 1992. These are both 1993. This was this one and Dar. So he clearly wanted to do some negative roles. After I'm guessing he did 6 films in 1992 between 1992 and 1993, which I'm guessing were the big romance. Because obviously what he's known for. And then he just went on a rampage of being epic Shah Rukh Khan. He did DDLJ. He did this Karan Arjun with, that's one with Salman Khan. And so these big epic romance stuff.
How well received were the negative roles?
I think people... From what I've been told, like those are actually some of his better performances, as opposed to his romance ones where he's doing the "Oh, I love you,"
yeah.
And so obviously there's a little more nuance there. I would love to talk to him about his career because he has such a long, established career, and obviously he started and just shot to the stratosphere.
Yeah,
and so then he's had to think about. You know, he's young. He's a young actor. Doesn't know how long this is going to last. He doesn't know now Shah Rukh Khan. And so you had to like, all right, I got to do a bunch of these big romance roles.
Right.
And at the time, that's kind of what you had to do, and especially in Bollywood. And
how often, like I know the way the studio system worked here, where if you were signed at a studio back in the 1940s, 50s, and 60s.
To multiple films.
Yeah, you were signed on to films. You never got a script, and you never got a choice. You just signed on for 5 films, and whatever the studio wanted you in, they put you in, and you were contractually obligated to do those films. So did that happen too as well for him and other stars, where they signed some contracts and just said, I'll do your film, whatever it is?
Was it SAG that stepped in and kind of helped stop that here?
Yeah, any of those things have changes where it was you couldn't just
I think the only ones that really do it now are like Marvel.
Yeah, where you're signing on to... Well, when you sign on to a franchise, that can happen.
I don't even know if it... But because I know sometimes it's like, will they be in the next film? They have to agree to it now. So I don't think it happens a lot, but I know especially, I bet they get like, before Tom Holland was Spider-Man, they're like, Tom Holland, we're going to have you for 3 films as Spider-Man.
Well, once Marvel took off after the first Iron Man, and they started to branch out with Cap and Thor, I know when they talked to them to sign them up, they said, this is going to be a multi-picture deal over the next 10 years, and you're going to do standalones with your star vehicle and the franchise as the Avengers.
I still don't think it happens often.
No, very rare, I think.
But I think it does happen sometimes.
I think the most common thing that happened today would be you sign on as a project and they know going in, we want this to be a trilogy.
Yeah.
And so you're agreeing to be in all 3 films.
Unless it's Lord of the Rings and they just film all at the same time.
True. Andy Serkis thought that was going to be 2 weeks of work. He thought it was going to be 2 weeks of voice work when he auditioned for it. That's what he thought.
It was like 2 years.
It was, and life-changing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Anyways, so let us know about this film. What should be the next Shah Rukh Khan film? I know some of his classics, and we will get to some of them, and we will put
Should it be the India's longest running Is it the world's longest running or just India's longest?
I think it's the
It may be
world's
the world.
longest running.
Yeah, with him, Kajol.
It's DDLJ.
Yeah.
I skimmed it. I do that sometimes. I'll skim films just to like, I'll put it like at 27 minutes, just to see what the acting looks like. Yeah.
Wow. I didn't know that about you.
It doesn't look bad.
I'm disgusted.